Dear Dr. Ken Berry, help. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Real Life Media. I was going to tell you, this channel never was meant to be about the carnivore diet. When Felicia and I started this channel, carnivore diet was the furthest thing from my mind. And so now I'm posting a lot of video about my carnivore journey, and there will be other content that'll be coming. But thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for your subscriptions and all of that. It's really cool. The comments and the encouragement that you've given me. But I want to just say something, and I want to open this video with this. Dear Dr. Ken Berry, help. Dr. Berry, you said multiple times, I think I've watched all of your videos, and some of them many times. You said, give it 90 days. I am 2 days away from 90 days. I have not lost any weight. Now, okay, so I weigh 275-ish pounds. Maybe a little bit more than that as of today. I can't bring myself to say it. And I'm 5'11". I have a broad build. I was an athlete, power lifter in high school, all of that stuff. Got a big head. My head weighs more than most people's heads do. My legs are big. My calves are big. My calves are the size of a football, and if not bigger. But 275 pounds, and I know I can get smaller because in 2017, I went on the Optavia plan. I lost 80 pounds and got down to about 220, and people thought that I was dying. So I just decided that I was going to do carnivore because I love meat. And I decided that I was going to do carnivore, and I started watching YouTube videos because that's what I do. And Dr. Ken Berry, I found your videos, and you've been quite an inspiration to me. And here's what I would say. I think that I've reaped every benefit of the carnivore diet except weight loss. I have more energy. I sleep better. I have my thinking is clearer. I'm not having brain fog. And my antidepressants are gone. I just completely stopped taking antidepressants. I'm not dealing with some of the issues that I was dealing with before. And all of that's great. I'm doing great. Just not losing any weight. So 13 days ago, I decided I was going to kick it up to another level. So I started a 30-day challenge. Today is day 13. Now, up till the 30-day challenge, I was drinking diet sodas, and I was drinking regular coffee, other things. Anyway, but up to that point, I had not cheated on the carnivore diet. I have the only thing that I put in my mouth that has even a trace of carbs are eggs. And I didn't even know eggs had carbs. I didn't know eggs had carbs until somebody pointed that out to me, because I said, I've had 0 carbs. And they said, well, eggs have carbs. So I went and looked it up, and yeah, eggs have a little bit of carbs. But other than eggs, I have not had any carbs in almost 90 days. 2 more days will be 90 days. Nothing. All I've eaten is beef. I've had some beef liver. I've eaten just a little bit of shrimp, eggs, bacon, sausage, and not a lot of that. We just bought 1 pack of sausage, so in 90 days, I've eaten sausage out of 1 pack of sausage. So my weight was just holding firm. I wasn't gaining weight. I wasn't losing weight. So I decided to kick it up another notch, and I started what I've been calling my 30-day challenge. And my 30-day challenge was, number one, no artificial sweetener. So I completely cut out my diet sodas, which that's my addiction. Diet sodas are my addiction. And I'm on day 13. I have not had a diet soda, have not had a coffee with an artificial sweetener in it. I have not had an artificial sweetener in 13 days. I also decided that I would get off of caffeine. So I went to drinking all decaffeinated coffee, and then no artificial sweetener, no caffeine, no artificial sweetener, no caffeine, and no dairy except butter. So I'm on day 13, and on the 13 days that I've been on this 30-day challenge, I have gained weight. Now look, I know you're not supposed to weigh every day. I tell people don't weigh every day. Weigh once a week. Don't look at the scale. But I was looking for results in my clothes, and I wasn't. And then one day I just decided I've got to weigh so that at the very least I didn't even know how much I weighed. I was afraid to look. So I said, I've got to go weigh so that at the very least I'll know where I'm at, so I'll have something to measure myself against. And so I was going to a place where they were weighing me once a week, and a medical facility. Long story, but I'm not sick, nothing like that. And I just go there and weigh. That's it. I just go to this place and weigh. And just holding firm. Then I started using my bathroom scales as well. My bathroom scales are lighter than the scales at that medical facility, which now I like my bathroom scales more because they're about 10 pounds lighter. So the last 5 days, 6 days, I've just been weighing every day. I need to see a drop. But I'd rather have small disappointment every day than a huge disappointment once a week. I can handle it better that way. And so I just started every morning. I started stepping on the scale, and every morning it's heavier. Now I know it's not fat. I'm not, from yesterday to today, it's a pound heavier. I know I didn't gain a pound of fat since yesterday. And I think I know, I'm not a doctor, but I think I know what the problem is. I think I'm retaining fluid, and I don't know, maybe you can help me with this. Put it in the comments. I've always heard that if you retain fluid, that hinders your weight loss. So I've done everything I know to do. So today I hypothesized that because I've been drinking caffeinated coffee since I was a child. Honestly, since I was a child, I've been drinking coffee. And my body, I just hypothesized, this is a very uneducated hypothesis, I just hypothesized that my body was so accustomed to caffeine, which is a diuretic, that when my body stopped getting caffeine, that it started hoarding fluid. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't know. But that was my hypothesis. So today I went and bought some regular coffee, and I decided that I would start drinking some regular coffee again for that. I also decided today that I would stop with the butter, because I watched several YouTube videos where people said when they ate butter, they gained weight. Now I know butter's fat and we need the fat, but I'm working at getting my fat other ways. I'm going to tell you about that in a moment if I don't forget about it. And so I'm drinking coffee again, and I'm not eating butter, and I'm still not drinking diet sodas, no artificial sweetener. I'm bound and determined that if this carnivore diet works, and I believe it does, which I no longer have the symptoms of type 2 diabetes. My A1C's my last A1C was like 5.8, something like that. And that was before I started carnivore. And so, I'm relatively healthy, I think. I am battling a little bit of hypertension, and watching Dr. Berry's videos, I am beginning to think, and I'm a little concerned that I may have a secondary issue that's causing my hypertension, and hypertension also causes fluid buildup. I think that's what I heard Dr. Berry say. So I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I have not had you might not believe this, but in the 90 days I've been on this plan, I have not had any carb cravings. My wife makes cakes. That's her thing. She makes cakes. She makes cakes. She sells them. She gives the money to missions. That's her way of supporting the spreading of the gospel. And so there's always cakes around my house. There's always icing around my house. The grandkids come over, and my wife's parents, who live right next door to us, give them cookies, those little dark and light sandwich cookies. And I used to eat them things by the handful back years ago, but I don't have carb cravings. Now, today, I watched one of Dr. Barry's videos that I had watched before. Isn't it amazing how you can watch a video 2 or 3 times, and every time you watch it, you hear something that you never noticed, or maybe you blocked it out, or whatever. And he said,
"Hey, this is Dr. Barry, and welcome
to
my
YouTube
is. Channel."
And I think it was the 15 mistakes people make on the carnivore diet. And I've watched that video. Today was probably the 4th or 5th time that I've watched that video, and for the first time. Now, I've heard a lot of comments from people talking about intermittent fasting. But what I've always heard was, when you're hungry, eat. And eat until you're comfortably stuffed. So I never really have measured my food, never measured calories, never measured grams of protein. I've just been eating beef. And trying to get the fat in as well. But what I heard him say today is that eat 1 or 2 large meals a day. Now today, watching other videos, I've come to the conclusion that I need to probably at least watch my grams of protein. I weigh 275-ish pounds. I'd like to get down to 200 or 220 even, but my first goal is 250, and everything I've seen says either eat your desired body weight in grams of protein or eat your body weight in grams of protein. Well, I just decided to go with my desired body weight in grams of protein, and so somewhere between 200 and 250 grams of protein a day, which a pound of beef is 100 grams of protein. So I would accomplish that in 2.5 pounds of beef. I think it's right. I'm just thinking right off the top of my head. I would, if a pound of beef, and they're not all the same, all cuts are different, but generally, on an average, and if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments, a pound of beef is generally in the area of 100 grams of protein. So if 250 is my desired weight, then I eat 250 grams of protein. That means 2.5 pounds, or 2.5 pounds of beef. And what Dr. Barry said is that today that I heard it for the first time was eat 1 or 2 large meals a day within a 6-hour window. That way you've got at least 18 hours between meals. And I've done that without knowing that he said that. I've just done it naturally because I wasn't hungry. But here as of late, I think my meals have been too small, so I've been wanting to eat 3 meals a day. And so today, I had some protein for breakfast, and then for lunch today, I had 1 pound of ground beef. It was home raised ground beef, so I don't know what the protein fat ratio is. I'm guessing it's about 80-20. It's not very fatty at all, but it's good stuff. And so I had a pound of ground beef, and I just made them into small patties and cooked them and ate that. Then, after I watched the video, and I thought, well, I need to eat another 100 grams of protein before lunchtime is over. Then I'm going to go at least 18 hours before eating again. So I had a 1 pound New York strip. New York strip's not fatty enough, but listen, when you're on a budget, and what I do is I go to the store and I'm looking for things that have been reduced. You know, their expiration date has come and or is close, and they've reduced it. And so I bought this 1 pound New York strip. So I went and I cooked it, and I cooked it rare. I mean, it was good, and it was a thick one. And I cooked it good and charred on the outside, lots of salt. That's another thing we need to talk about is salt. Lots of salt, and I cooked it, and it was rare. Then I went ahead, I let it rest, and then I sliced it. Just went down the whole thing, and I sliced it as thinly as I could. Then I have beef tallow that I have saved from other things that I have cooked, and I scooped out beef tallow out of the container cold. I didn't heat it up or anything, and I just started putting it on top of that steak, all down through that steak, and the steak was still warm enough that the tallow melted and just kind of seeped down between those slices of New York strip. And then as I ate it, and my Labrador Retriever Gus watched me eat it with wondering eyes if I was going to give him any of it, I ate that New York strip, and I made sure if they were just made sure I had plenty of that tallow on it, and that's what I ate. And I'm done. It's let's see, it is 4:23 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Today is Saturday, December whatever it is, Saturday, and I'm done. I'm just drinking water. So I'm tweaking this thing all along. Now, salt. Yes, Dr. Berry, I've been told all of my adult life that salt is bad for you. Here's what I've been told. I've been told, number one, that salt causes you to retain fluid. Is that or is that not true? Because I'm having fluid retention issues, I think. So is it because of the salt? I even bought me a bottle of electrolytes to put in my water, and I didn't realize this when I bought it, but you know, electrolytes is primarily salt, and you put it in your water, then you're drinking salt water. And I don't mind doing that if it's good for me and if it's helping me. And so all of my adult life, that I've been told that salt will, and I'm looking at my computer, so I keep looking down, but that salt would cause me to retain fluid. Well, which that affects weight loss, and so I'm paranoid about salt. I've also been told that if you have blood pressure issues, that salt makes your diastolic number, the lower number of your blood pressure, go up. If you have what they say is too much salt, which I don't know what too much salt is, that it makes that go up. So I am paranoid about salt. I'm salting my beef, but my blood pressure numbers are still running a little high. Not bad, not drastically high. My doctor's okay with my numbers. I'm just not okay with my numbers, and so you know, I have that concern about salt. This channel, as you can tell, this channel is not a how-to. This is not a how-to because I hadn't succeeded yet. I haven't had success. I'm 90 days into this thing. 90 days, y'all. Dr. Berry, you kept saying, I kept hearing you say, give it 90 days, give it 90 days. And I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. This morning I went on the motorcycle ride with my Christian motorcycle club, and my motorcycle vest, I used to be able to completely close it and snap it. Now, let me see if I can get up a little bit. I used to wear this vest and I snapped it. Now it comes to about right there, y'all. I'd sure have better snap that vest again. I got clothes in my closet. I got suits. They're too small for me. I'd sure like to be able to wear them comfortably, not squeezing into them. I would sure like to be able to wear them comfortably. And so that's why I'm on this journey. So this is not a how-to, this is a journey. And this is me being honest with you and sharing with you the issues that I'm dealing with. So that's it in a nutshell at almost 20 minutes worth of video time. Hey, if you stayed with me all of this time through all of this rambling,